Well, I made it to Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and this is just a little rest area right off I-94. It's called Painted Canyon Scenic Overlook Rest Area. It looks like campers, trailers. I'm gonna go straight. This is the scene you get. The sun angle's kind of low. It's 7:30 in the morning. Not buffalo, bison. American buffalo. Okay, this is Painted Canyon. So this is Badlands, right? So this is what they know as Badlands. It's a good sun angle that direction. Beautiful day. Zoom in and show you some of the of course you lose pixels when we zoom in, so I drove past right when you first come into the park on the highway. Wild horses, a couple deer, and of course bison and a coyote, but I didn't have the camera out. I'm heading to Cottonwood Campground. I just left Dickinson, and it's a short 50-mile trip from Dickinson to Grasslands, and there's the buffalo. And they're just roaming free. So it's pretty land, you know, it's picturesque, but it's just not capable of doing, you can't do much on it except graze livestock. Couldn't build anything really without a lot of land movements. There's no real water. So make a national park out of it, why not? I think it's one of the newer national parks. I'll narrate some information center. Billings County Courthouse. Medora must be the county seat of Billings County. Park entrance, quarter-mile from downtown Medora. Got a lot of touristy.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto East River Road.
Touristy things. Small little grocery C-store. Fudge and cream depot, ice cream. I didn't have to stop because nobody's there. Missouri. There's a campground down there. groundhogs. There's lots of groundhogs here. The holes are prolific. Lots of holes, but they're not out right now. Don't see any. I have a surprise for you. Little pull-off called Skyline Vista. Just now coming in screen right is wild horses. Enjoying the morning grass. So Cottonwood is a first come first served campground. What a nice view this is. There's the little Missouri River. So I imagine Cottonwood Campground sits right down on the river because we're headed that way. And so it's a first come first served campground. So they suggest getting there early in the morning. So it's before 8 right now, 8 a.m. Mountain Time. I believe today is May 30th. They say the campground fills up by afternoon every day through the summer, May through September. Of course, the peak is when the kids are out of school. Some tenters down on the river. That sure looks like Cottonwood Campground to me.
In a quarter mile,
It's pretty.
take the next left, then you will arrive at your destination. You have arrived.
Somebody else leaving. I'm not hopeful about cell signal here. It says stop, campground is full. Of course, there's no host here yet. Right in the camp. So I'm going to go take a site and claim it. Things to do in the park, rules and regulations. Okay. Let's get to buffalo, both males and bison. They're bison, not buffalo. So, site 44, 43, park camping. It's going to be a good solar day today. I hope I can get some solar. Pretty big cottonwood trees. Some long sites. 22. Not very solar friendly, but it comes with some free firewood. Okay, I'm in site 22, Cottonwood Campground. So the picnic tables aren't bad. It's a little damp. Should dry out today. And there's a tent site there. This is the situation with the fires. They don't really want to have ground fires, so this is the nut that was backing off on a last episode. I talked about these are a pain in the ass to get off of here. I don't think there's a good way to do it. And then I have just the hand crank. I just took a 2x4 and cut it up. I just put it there like that. And try not to break my ankle every time I go in and out. So I'm dropping the trailer. This is my campground. It's called Cottonwood, and it's in North Dakota, inside the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. This is the little Missouri River. It flows into the Missouri River, of course. This flows north. But eventually it flows into the Big Missouri, of course, and then Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, the sun's behind me. It's early morning, so I'm facing west. So you see it flowing north. Get a little bit of highway noise here. There's an interstate about 2 miles from here. Interstate 94 rolls right through the park. The southern bit of the park. Southern unit, they call it. Theodore Roosevelt Park is split into the southern unit and northern unit, with grassland in between. It's also state-owned, I think. Looks kind of muddy. Young cottonwood trees. Those must be buffalo. Well, I wanted to walk out to the river. Little Missouri, which is here below those bluffs. But to get there, I have to go between this guy and this guy. Right in smack in between is I don't think he wants me going this way. I'm not going to take a chance because they can charge. He is just looking right at me. Not interested in the grass anymore. Oh, there he stomped his foot. He didn't want his picture taken. He woke up on the wrong side of the insert. Finish my phrase. I would go with groundhog mound. Woke up on the wrong side of the bed. He's not happy. Maybe he's sleeping now. No. He's eating. He's happy eating. It says on track to adventure. One hunting trip to the Badlands. Theodore Roosevelt was hooked. He invested in the flourishing cattle industry and returned to Dakota Territory, often over the next few years. Boom and bust. So interesting, in Medora, I don't know if we can see them from here, but there's hundreds of barracks. So the oil workers now. And there's an old smokestack there in Medora. I better show a picture of me. Everybody's interested in me. Not really, but on track to adventure. Roosevelt thoroughly enjoyed the glory of work, the joy of living on the ranch. He later claimed he would not have been president if not for experiences in North Dakota. So in September 1883, at just 23 years old, Roosevelt set off from his home in New York, searching for adventure in the West. His hunting trip spanned 10 days of terrible weather, awful luck. But his spirits could not be dampened. Exuberant after bagging trophy bison, he decided to buy a ranch. Little Missouri here. Roosevelt arrived at the train station on the left. See the train station down there somewhere? And spent his first night in the Badlands Pyramid Park Hotel on the right. I'm not sure where that is. So this is a campground over here. The door is pretty nice. This is a good look at the park. Some of it. This is just a little valley. The little Missouri River goes through here, and it's a widening of the, floodplain, widening of the valley. And there's a lot of buildings, in the town basically is over this way. The smokestack, Demore's meat packing plant, the chimney, right there. And a few stone walls are remnants of Medora's cornerstone operation and the chief business venture. Shipping beef and refrigerated rail cars proved profitable, but an extreme winter in 86-87 devastated cattle herds and put the plant out of business. So 1887, and that smokestack is still going. I mean, it's not going, it's just there still. I don't know. There it is. Smokestack. That's zoomed way in, so. Chateau de Moise, the Marquis. They talk about the Marquis. Oh, the Marquis de Moore, okay? He was a French nobleman, founded Medora in 1883. Pacific Railroad had reached the Badlands 3 years prior, opening the region to entrepreneurs and adventurers from east and west, I suppose. For a few years, the town grew and thrived while the local cattle industry flourished, but then the winter killed off everything. So it was about this meat packing plant. This is what Medora was all about. The railroad, the Missouri River. Of course, there was a bridge across the Little Missouri River here. So that's what happened. But now there's housing for oil workers. Some people just come and build huge houses, taking advantage of North Dakota's government, you know, which is very lax. One of the most free, relaxed places to live, North Dakota. It's a secret. Don't tell anybody. But Montana, you know, is becoming less and less free, but don't tell them. They think they're the freest. Okay, we'll go look at some of this stuff. We'll go look at the smokestack and the barracks. Down into Medora. The visitor center is on our right. It's a nice visitor center. You can get drinking water there. Bathrooms, information. And it's the visitor center for the South Unit of Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Is that the only park? Any other president you can think of that has a national park? I don't think so. Let's go look at the barracks. Take a trip through Medora. Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame right there. There's ice cream shops, a convenience store. I don't know if you can buy gas. I think you can buy gas. It's actually the county seat, I believe, of Billings County, North Dakota. Businesses, a row of businesses. Here's the courthouse building, county courthouse. It's made to look like old town, but it's not old. So the season starts like when the kids get out of school. And we go over the tracks. These tracks have been here since 1880s. It's the bridge, you know. I just want to show you these barracks. When the oil boom came, the guys had no place to stay. And it's a few miles from here, you know, some oil drilling. There's apartments on the right, apartment building. But here's Elkhorn Quarters. Let's turn in. Elkhorn Quarters. Register. It says by Greg Butler. He must have built them. Look at them. Long buildings there. Maybe 40. Great River Energy Lane. Now there's a hint. Maybe there's a company called Great River Energy. Now they're all vacant now because oil's $60 a barrel. So, you know, your first hint. There's an issue. This whole side of this building here is completely empty. Okay, so 2 boarding rooms on each side. The hallway in the middle. So multiply that. 441 through 456. See there? Electrical plug. I don't know if they're live. Water there. The guy had a small camper van. You could just plug it in. I didn't count them, but you get the idea. There's quite a few. And then there's the apartments way over there. It's housing. Probably built by the company. But drilling activity, I think there's other alternatives that are better options now for the guys that are working out in the field. And so those are sitting kind of in, and we'll go by the old smokestack. RV park over here. This is the Medora campground or something. Shade hookups. It's called Red Trail, old tractor. A lot of horseback riding in this area. Today is Saturday, last day of May, I believe, 31st. Dora Musical, Pitchfork Steak Restaurant. There's your 1880s circa smokestack. Still going strong. There's also still a wall, a few stone, they said. Some visitor cabins across the river. It's the Little Missouri River. Temporary bridge, looks like. I don't know here. Looks like I go right. Now they're putting in one of these circles, traffic circle. There's some work going on to make a loop in the south unit of the park. So it's on maps. I don't know how much is getting done, but there's right now the park is an out and back, and they're wanting to make it a loop. Well, I'm leaving the Grasslands National Park, which is Teddy Roosevelt National Park in western North Dakota, and I'm going to head north. I'm going to go to the confluence where the Yellowstone River comes in to the Missouri River, and Fort Buford, and that's going to be the next spot on the list. And we will, if we see anything interesting on the way, we'll take a picture of it. Well, the landscape's changed. We're no longer in the Badlands. It's given way to these rolling plains